Welcome to Bovest Foundation. It is with great pleasure and an honor to announce that our Giving Back initiative is growing. I'm very excited to discuss our new project with you today. That is why we decided to partner with Lifting Dreams earlier this year. And today in the studio, I have Hein Badenhorst with me. Hein, welcome to our studio today. And we look forward to hear everything about where this dream all started.
Awesome. Thank you very much for having me.
So may I ask that you elaborate on this for us, please?
So I think Lifting Dreams is one of the few non-profits who didn't start by intending to start a non-profit. So it was actually just a sports program that we wanted to support back in 2019. So in my professional work, I work in the sports industry, and we came across a sports program there who was in quite need of facilities and a gym, and that's actually where we started with this. So I spoke to a few of our connections internationally. We started a gym and a facility there for the kids in Soweto, and then unfortunately after a few months COVID came, and then everything just came to a complete stop. We took a few months, honored the lockdowns, and when we came back, one of the parents actually came to us and said, like, would you mind leaving the sport? We've got a greater need in education, because schools were closed for months on end and the kids fell behind. So obviously it wasn't the most natural response, but we said we want to meet the needs of the community. So we got a few of the engineering students from TICS to come through and to help. And I remember the first weekend there were 8 kids, and then within 7 weeks we were 255 kids in the backyard of the facility. So, and then we started, I won't say breaking lockdown rules, but it wasn't, we didn't feel comfortable doing it. So we asked one of the local schools, would they mind opening up their classrooms for us on a Saturday? And that's actually how...
At the Soweto campus?
At the Soweto campus. So down the road there was a school that opened their classes for us, so then we could be smaller groups in classes. And the university was closed at the time, so the students felt it's something meaningful for them to come and do, and then the kids just became more and more. I think we peaked at about 480 kids at the school on the weekends in end of 2020 and beginning of 2021. And then when we saw the need and how far the kids were behind, we sat in a room and decided, like, let's register this as a non-profit and then see how many of the kids in the community we can help. And that's actually where Lifting Dreams started few years ago.
Hein, this is incredible news. And so Soweto was the first campus, and now I'm assuming you have how many campuses running?
We've got 7 active campuses running.
That is
now,
amazing.
So.
Can you just mention to us exactly where all your campuses are situated?
So we still have campuses in Soweto, Mamelodi, Eersterust, and 2 in Northwest. Those are run by the Northwest University staff. So I unfortunately don't know exactly the townships and facilities where they are there, but we have visited one of them in Ikageng, but the other 2 are quite new.
Great. And then I also know that you guys are also focusing on a food program, which is also called your Kula Bowls. And I know Kula means to grow in the Zulu language. So if you can elaborate more on your food program initiative.
So when we came there were always kids lying on their arms in the classes, and initially we thought the kids were just lazy, like, if you're in class, why aren't you focusing? And one day there was a teacher who actually came to the program, and she said, but these kids don't get food in the mornings. It's not that they're lazy or lethargic, it's just they probably haven't eaten since lunch yesterday. And that hit quite deep, because we were always quite hard on the kids to make the most of the 2 hours that we are there to tutor. And then we decided to bring in food products. We initially started with sandwiches, but unfortunately the price points are quite high, and we explored with some porridges and ended up with meal replacement bars as the quickest way, because we only had a 2-hour window to spend with the kids. So you don't want to spend the time washing and cleaning up, so the protein bars was a really great help at the time. And then we got protein bar sponsored, which had vitamins and minerals as well, because we noticed that with kids not getting 2 or 3 meals a day, malnutrition also was quite a prevalent thing. So I was fortunate to do my master's in nutrition back in 2019. So I could visually see the signs and symptoms of kids suffering from malnutrition. So we got an investor on board to help us out with that. But over time, we saw that the need was a lot more than we initially anticipated. And then we decided to not only from a price perspective, but also meeting specific needs to start contract manufacturing our own food products.
That's fantastic news. And tell me, you mentioned to me that you visited Uganda quite recently, rolling out your food program. So do you have a vision or going international-wise with your food products?
So when I started reading up about malnutrition, we read from UNICEF's report last year that there's 193 million kids worldwide suffering from malnutrition. And in South Africa, it's one in every 4. Some literature says 1 in every 3, but I mean, still, the problem is massive in our country as well. So in terms of sustainability and making sure, if you're going to put the money towards making a product, you want to know that it can almost be used anywhere in the world. And it's not only because, I think that was more to go and see in Uganda, would this work for even the population? Kids who don't know the flavors, textures that we might be used to, because you don't want to end up at a point sending half a ton or whatever of food product there, but they struggle with the palate or the taste of it. And also we wanted to see the reality of malnutrition. Like we see it in South Africa, but we've heard and read so much about parts of northern Uganda really struggling with kwashiorkor and those types of diseases, and I actually wanted to go see it firsthand. So in the spur of the moment, we joined a missionary group who said they were going there, and we tagged along with some cameras and we checked in 150 kilogram of food product in our bags, and we wanted to go and see, and it was an awesome trip. It was sad to see the reality of malnutrition, but if we just have a fresh water supply, which they do have from wells, you can basically meet a lot of the needs of malnutrition and hunger in that area. So it was an incredible trip, but it was just for us to really see, can this work? Before we do the investment in our own products, would this be something that can work anywhere in the world? Yeah.
So Hein, I can just imagine it was a quite incredible trip. So tell us more about your Genesis products that you use to hand out to the kids, and which one do they prefer, and how malnutrition is it for the kids?
Yeah. So we have only 3 products. We decided to focus on 3 products exclusively because the needs in certain areas differ. So I'll start with the smallest one. This is the Cooler Vite, which is just basically a multivitamin and multi-mineral powder. So these are for kids who do get 2 or 3 meals a day. So from an energy and hopefully protein perspective, they are sorted out. But for kids who follow very monotonous diets of eating the same thing every day, those are really beneficial. It's got quite a wide range of vitamins and minerals in, so it's almost as a supplement to the diet. It's really cool. You can either mix it in water or just as a flavored powder, throw it directly on. Is
it like a sherbet type of texture?
Powder, yeah. So
and you only have raspberry flavor.
Yeah, we want to do a cream soda one. We've gotten some samples from the factory yet, but we need to order in quite big volumes. So first making sure we roll all of these out, get them to the right places, and then as we procure in investment and the next places to send these to, then we'll go with the other flavor. But what I like about this is the shipping weight. You can do 250,000 of these per ton. So in terms of servings per pallet, you can get a lot across the border. A lot of servings to kids at a much lower weight. One of the products that I like the most is the Cooler Bar. So it's got 9.6.
That is awesome.
So it's got 9.6 grams of protein in, same like distribution of multivitamin and multi-mineral. It's got basically just a layer of a vitamin and mineral premix in. So this is very comprehensive, 40 grams, does fill a kid for about 6 to 8 hours. Obviously primary school kids. For older kids, we still need to develop a 50 or a 55 gram bar, but it's a complete meal, requires no preparation, and it's very easy in the classroom because they can just open it up and you don't have to wash anything or prepare it in any way. So very quick, very efficient, and all kids love chocolate. So,
they do.
And then we actually made our own Cooler Bowl porridge, but when I met Michelle from Genesis, I was kind of like converted to their porridge. Their price point is amazing, and also she studied nutrition at Oxford University, and she's been working on this for a long time, and we didn't mind putting our own formulation aside to adopt this. And it's just an incredible product. They've got 5 flavors of this. So also per 100 gram, 15 grams of protein, and then multivitamins, multi-minerals, and also your pre and probiotics in this for stomach health for the kids. So an incredibly comprehensive product, and we can serve a meal for R2.75. And that's what also led us to the kitchen idea. So almost all of these products have a massive upside and then also a downside. The only downside to the porridge is the shipping weights, because it's the heaviest per serving. It's 50 grams, and then also you need fresh water and obviously just a facility to mix and prepare the food. But it is the most nutritionally dense and comprehensive. These two are a bit more easier to manage, but not as nutritionally dense as the porridge.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I am so excited. We are actually launching our first food container this Friday, the 30th of August, at the Mamelodi site with Lifting Dreams. And myself and Hein has been planning this for a few months now, and we are really super excited to go and see what the kids experience with all the food products that we're going to introduce to them and our new container. And we're going to have so much fun with our container project, and this is going to be our pilot project. So Hein, can you tell us more about the pilot project that we would like to run out in the future?
So the whole concept actually started with a yellow legal pad, the old way, and I was writing what are the issues that we faced and how can you sustainably provide products to kids. So everything from theft, water supply, do you need gas or whatever in order to prepare. So I ended up with the idea of making a shipping container with a kitchen. And the one and only goal of that container is to mix porridge for kids. So per 25 kilogram bag, there's about 500 servings in that. And with the shipping container kitchen, it's basically just going to have a water tank, a water filter, and then mixing jugs and cups for the kids. And the goal is to feed at least 500 kids a day out of that container. But if we are able to procure the investment for enough porridge, we can do about 1,500 meals a day out of a shipping container. And the thing that I personally love about it is theft is a very low risk. There's nothing valuable in it. You can put it in the most remote location in the world. The only thing you need is a water supply. Basically, you can even catch rainwater in a tank, and it can still
be filtered
pass through the filter. Theft's low risk, no gas required, and also it's such a robust structure. And if you can get investment from the community to protect that as a resource for their children, theft is also almost a negligence. And it's also, you can store your product in there for 4 months on end, so you don't have to continuously worry about the logistics. So the vision is to set up these containers in as many places as we can. Every 2 weeks or so, just arrange a shipment of 14 bags to go to each of the containers, and you can feed 500 kids or more a day out of that container. And it's a very simple process. And then lastly, one thing I'm very passionate about is, and that's why you'll see the container is going to be pink, is giving an earning opportunity for women from the community. So it's not something that we go to the community and almost just give, but you almost invite them to be a part of, and you can say, we can pay you X amount every day to come, and they also get that sense of purpose of feeding the community, feeding their own people out of that. So it's not that we want to come in there and take over or tell them how to do things. It's just we give them something and say, here you go, feed your community. And especially for the women who can't always get work or jobs in the area, now they have some place where they can also earn for their family, and the kids can come and get food for themselves each day. So very excited about that. And this is going to, as you mentioned, this is going to be the pilot one. So the first one that we roll out. We're obviously going to learn a few lessons and see how the process, but so this is why we're very passionate about the pilot, not only to test it out in Mamelodi, but then hopefully also one day to take it to other countries in the world and replicate the same model. But we would really just like to say thank you to Bovest Wealth Management for trusting us and partnering with us to roll out the first container. Actually very close to where we're staying. It's going to be about 17 kilometers from the offices here. So in one of our communities very close to us. And we just really want to thank you and the team for making this possible for us and trusting us to do this.
So if you would like to get involved, please visit our website on www.bovest.co.za, where you will find our Giving Back project pages, and all the information will be displayed there. You can either donate, become a volunteer. On that point, I just want to ask Hein, if they would like to get involved to become a volunteer, what is the process that they need to follow?
I think the easiest would be to go on the Lifting Dreams SA Instagram, send us a message there, and then we can see what area you're in. So if you maybe just say your name and where you are based, we can put you on the WhatsApp group of the closest center to where you stay. So that's the easiest process, or just send me an email at heinb@liftingdreams.co.za.
Great. If you also would like some more information on our future projects, you can send me an email as well. It's melizé@bovest.co.za. Thank you.